Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in again this morning. It is the week of Thanksgiving, and I hope you all have a good week, and hope you get to see your family, hug on them. I hope you eat too much. I hope you watch a lot of football. Just enjoy your week, and let's not forget to be grateful. And that's kind of one of the things I kind of want to talk about this morning is about being thankful and being grateful. You know, I have like a little confession to make here. Now, I've gotten a whole lot better since I've gotten older. But as a younger man, I got to tell you, I liked my stuff, you know, and I didn't want people using my stuff. I didn't want people taking my stuff. Not that what I had had any value whatsoever, but it was just like it was mine. You know what I mean? And I wanted it to stay that way. I was kind of stingy. I really was, and protective of my stuff. And this passage here that I'm going to read, the 3 verses I'm going to read from Proverbs 22 today, really approach a theme that I've talked to you about before. I know I have. I remember it, but it's about being generous to the poor. In fact, verse 9 of chapter 22 says, "He who has a generous eye will be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor." He said, "He who has a generous eye will be blessed because he gives of his bread to the poor." You know what? When we talk about being grateful for what we have, when we talk about being thankful for what we have, and we all say it, but you know what? Let's put something into action during this holiday season. Be generous to somebody who has less than you. Be generous to somebody who is needy. Have a generous eye. Actually, this says it comes with a blessing. It says that he who has a generous eye will be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor, because he shares with the poor. Listen, there's nothing that says I am thankful and grateful for what I've got, and I understand that everything I've got has come from the Lord, like letting him use you to pass that on to someone else. Verse 22 of chapter 22 says, "Do not rob the poor because he is poor, nor oppress the afflicted at the gate." Verse 23, "For the Lord will plead their cause and plunder the soul of those who plunder them." So he says, don't rob the poor, don't exploit them, don't take advantage of them just because they're poor and just because you can do that. Don't oppress them, don't oppress the afflicted. He says, because the Lord is going to plead their cause, and he will plunder the soul of those who plunder him. I've said these exact words, I know, on one of these videos before. God is on the side of the poor. He really is. We make every excuse for why people are poor and why we shouldn't have to help them because they're poor because of their own decisions and the own choices they've made. So what? Maybe that's true in a lot of cases. Maybe it's not. But you know what? God doesn't differentiate. This scripture says that God is going to plead the cause of the poor. God is going to plunder the soul of those who plunder them. What is it that... I think it's James. I should have looked this up before I started the video, but the verse just came to me. I think it's James, where he says, "He who has this world's goods and sees his brother in need and shuts up his heart to him, how can the love of God be in him?" He says, if you see someone in need and you have plenty, but you close up your heart to that person in need, he's saying, that's not the love of God in you. God is on the side of the poor. You want to be grateful during this Thanksgiving period? Then be generous. Be generous to someone who's less fortunate than you. Proverbs 22, verse 9. "He who has a generous eye will be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor." God bless you guys. Have a great week. I'm thankful for y'all, thankful for this church, thankful for this community. Put that thankfulness into action by being a blessing to someone. Love you guys. Get out there in faith today.